You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
Korea's economy just got a stronger growth forecast, but the job outlook got weaker at the same time. SK Hynix just approved the largest share buyback in Korean corporate history. OpenAI's quarterly loss just widened to 17.3 trillion won, about $12.3 billion. Hanwha just landed Korea's first ever weapons export to the U.S. Army. And in China, a humanoid robot maker's stock jumped over 400% on its trading debut. It's Thursday, August 20th. Let's talk about a trend affecting young professionals in Korea. Korea's growth story right now is being carried almost entirely by semiconductors, not by the broader economy. The Korea Development Institute just raised its GDP forecast on the strength of the chip boom, but it also cut its jobs forecast because chip manufacturing doesn't create nearly as many positions as other sectors. That gap between strong headline growth and weak hiring is shaping what young professionals can expect from this year's job market. Here's what the numbers show. The Korea Development Institute raised this year's growth forecast to 3.2%, above the government's 3.0% projection. But KDI cut its forecast for new jobs this year from 170,000 to 110,000, a 60,000 cut driven by weak hiring outside the chip sector. SK Hynix approved a 40 trillion won share buyback, about $28.65 billion, the largest in Korean corporate history, alongside a new memory chip design it's calling a dream chip. OpenAI's second quarter operating loss widened to $12.3 billion, up from $9.3 billion the prior quarter, even as revenue grew 18%. Hanwha Aerospace won a $100 million initial contract to export K9 self-propelled howitzers to the U.S. Army, with total potential value near $263 million. China's Unitree debuted on the Shanghai Exchange and closed up 460%, giving it a market value of about $51 billion. So what does this mean for young professionals in Korea? Earlier, we said Korea's economy just got a stronger growth forecast, even as the job outlook got weaker. Here's what that actually means for you. Hiring is concentrating in chips and defense exports, not in the broader services and construction jobs that used to absorb new graduates and early career workers. If you're in tech, SK Hynix's buyback and bonus culture signal that semiconductor firms are still willing to pay up, while OpenAI's widening losses suggest AI hiring outside chipmaking is getting more selective. Watch KDI's next employment update and how much of SK Hynix's 40 trillion won buyback flows into wages versus stock price support. That's today's AI Prism, Early Careers. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a Won IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.